up, guys? So this is the EzyJamb from a company called Easy Concepts. And this is an all-in-one metal door jamb that's drywall flush to the wall. So there's no need for casing. It's strong, it's durable, it won't crack. You can hang door directly on this casing. It's hardware and casing in one. We're gonna show you how to install it right now. Come on. Okay, so the first thing you'll notice when you're looking at our rough opening here of our doorway is that we've removed some of the framing to make room for the Rock York concealed hinges. These things are adjustable and they're a little bit thick. They do sit flush with the frame when it's all installed, so you do need to remove some of that lumber to make room for them to slide all the way in. So from there, the side pieces will clip into the header piece and form a full seal when you combine all of the pieces that hug the wall. And after that, you just want to make sure that you're squared up, and then it's simply screwing the frame to the drywall and the framing behind the drywall. At that point, it's secured and it's not going anywhere. You just want to make sure you're nice and level and that you're screwing both sides evenly at the same time, because you don't want the door to shift from one side to the other as you're screwing it.
I'm not gonna do it. It's like I'm blinking like that.
So at this point, as you can see, once the frame has been sufficiently screwed to the wall, you're gonna tape and mud. And we use the compound applicator tube to get the mud on the wall because we think it's clean and fast, but however you wanna get the compound on the wall, that's up to you. And honestly, whatever tape you wanna use, that's up to you as well. You might notice that we've got some paper tape blocking the hinge pocket section there. Now that's not in the instructions, but the reason we did that is we didn't want the compound from the compound tube to go into the hinge pockets as we applied it. So this is something that we came up with, and actually it made for a fun little trick that you guys are gonna see shortly.
Gotta fix that. It's not for everyone.
She's ready for a door.
Just kidding.
So after a few coats of compound, you are ready to sand. And the good news is, once you've sanded the entire frame down, that frame's pretty much done. The hard work is complete, at least. And at this stage, you can paint it and get it ready for the application of the door. Or if you're like us, you could put the door in first, and you could use the doors that Easy Concepts supplies, but in true Refresh fashion, we decided to do our own door, our own way, and wasn't easy. The first thing we had to do was cut the door down to the proper size. So we had to take a little bit off of the width as well as some off of the height of the door. Now this wasn't the tricky part, but it is a necessary part, and all the dimensions are specified specifically in the instructions. The tricky part is to get the hinges to sit cleanly and flush with the surface of the door. And this is true for any hinge that you're going to install. Lucky for us, we're
Professional.
so it wasn't too much of a challenge. We used the router to get the depth right, and we used a drill bit to take a lot of the meat out of the door to save the router blade. Once those are cut specifically to the size of the Rock York hinges, you can go ahead and screw those to the door. Well, I really thought I was going to tell you how professional we were.
Hang around while we hang this door.
So now it's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. We're going to install the door into the hinge pockets that are perfectly placed because they are factory cut from Easy Concepts. So slide the Rock York hinges into the receptacle and the jamb. Nice, that sounds good. And tighten them up. As you can see when you look at the hinges here, there's lots of different options for adjustments, vertical, horizontal, as well as depth adjustments that you can do with an Allen key. So once you get all your adjustments dialed in perfectly, what you'll notice is you have a full clearance door that is super flush to the wall and requires no casing. So if you want that super minimalist look, You got it. Easy Concepts gave it to you. Well, I mean, you probably bought it, but Easy Concepts supplied it for you. Their frameless door jamb system made it possible.
I gotta go.
That's not a professional bit.